Tonight is going to be a little difficult, everybody, because sometimes I will go in and out. In other words, my internet connection is unstable, and I've tried to tether my phone to the internet, and I don't know if that's working. Anyway, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I want to welcome everybody to the show. Thank you so much. I also don't have a way of really getting a message from anybody if they can hear me or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to somebody and just say, open the line. I'm going to Lynn. Let's see if Lynn will open her line for me. Lynn, can you hear me, honey, when I've been talking? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Oh.
Yes, I
Okay, wonderful. Okay, I'm going to put you back in the queue, love. Okay, so as I was saying, if perchance you do not hear me, stay there because it's a very brief, which also happens at times using Blog Talk Radio and the fact that I live in the boonies out here in Florida, I will call into the show. So if there's any interruptions or whatever, just hang around and I will come back. Don't want to leave anybody hanging. Welcome to the show. This is Halloween Eve 2017. Ooh, and I have a black mask on tonight with an orange shirt. And if you would like to see me, actually, you can even enter the webinar portion of the show. All you need to do is go to spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And I believe it's item 4 on the page or item 3 on the page. Down that page, let's get the exact number of where it is. Oh God, is anything? It's item 3. Item 3 on that page has the video. If you want to enter the video, you will get a slight priority in the queue. And the priorities of reading go as follows. If you make a donation, you get the top priority. And I have a way of you making a donation on spiritmediumtv.com. I think that's item 1 or 2 on that page. If you have another side connection, that sort of trumps, that's the next thing in line. And then if you enter the webinar by going to spiritmediumtv.com and going to item 3 on that page, you'll see click here to enter the webinar. And I will hear you when you get into the webinar, which will let me know that you're there. And then I will, after I know you're there, I'll say, silence yourself. Okay, so I'm going to keep this silly mask on for a little while longer because it's fun. And I'm also going to share with you some pictures of me in my costume last night because I went to a Halloween party. Let's see if you could see that. I'm going to click on what I can see. There you go. I don't know if you could see that or not, but there I am in the middle dressed as a cave woman. I wonder if that's indicative of anything about me. And here's another picture of me dancing. I'm an avid dancer. I wonder how many of you know that, I guess you could see that. Can you see that? There I am dancing. John Edward, the medium, he's also a dancer. I do like like the ballroom stuff and the West Coast swing and the hustle and all that. I just love to dance. It's so good for the soul. That brings me or segues me into our focus subject tonight, which may sound a little bit scary, but we'll end up on a happier note. And that is how to get over an emotionally abusive relationship. I actually have an article on that on my website. And if you're listening to this at a future point in time, you will have to search for it in the sidebar. And you would search for, in the search box, you would search for how to get over an emotionally abusive relationship. We've all been there, not only between lovers or what have you, but also sometimes in the household that we're raised in. You could have a lot of You know what? Who was ever raised in a perfect? Her home was so perfect that she has scars from that because she wasn't encouraged to say what she really feels. And so she was out of touch with who she was. It's always something, right? We are living on the astral plane of Earth. So you don't expect perfection here, but you do expect an opportunity for growth. And so this little article segues into joy, Joy, and how we can get over any kind of abuse, any kind of emotionally abusive relationship by first taking responsibility for our own happiness. See, when you give your happiness away to somebody else, and in the case of abusers, they actually work to condition you to think your happiness is dependent on them. Okay? That's the trick of being an abuser. They work to subvert your reliance and trust on your own inner self. So the way out of this is to go back to that. And I kind of think, guys, that the whole secret to healing the happiness is joy, Joy. And that has a meaning. I use just open you as I use joy as an acronym for just open you. And so what that means is every day, take time to take your temperature about your joy quotient. What can you do today to bring yourself happiness? Or what do you really want today? Better said, what really do you feel that you want today? More than anything else in the world, I break it into a daily kind of practice. It's a spiritual practice leading to joy, leading to bliss, leading from healing to happiness. And so I kind of been doing this for 30 days. Today's the 30th day. Yay! And I did discover a few things. Well, the first thing is, I guess it's kind of obvious that when you start to focus on what you really want, you start to become more aware of how you're sabotaging yourself. You start to pay attention. You focus on that. That's the first thing that I noticed in myself. The second thing is this gave me an opportunity to kind of fix things, change things, let go of things, open up to things. And I also noticed a bit more of synchronicity, probably because I was paying more attention. And I started to see some big shifts in my life. I won't go into details on that right now, but suffice it to say that if you are embedded in an emotional abuse pattern, use this exercise, basically written down in the article, How to Get Over an Emotionally Abusive Relationship, following the joy process, which is just open you. And then you start to become more self-reliant and empowered. You also shift your vibration to happiness. And in case you forgot, because I know you all know this, we attract what we are. We attract what we are. So if we shift our vibration to joy, we're going to attract more joy. All the crap that you've been holding on to is going to be swept away and new things will come in. It doesn't mean your life is perfect, but it means that you can enter a happier phase in your life. And for me, I'll just give you one example. Last week has been like one exceptional dancing, parties, making the best of things, where before I might have seen the negative in something. Happening. So not to make it sound like everything is perfect in my world, but definitely attempting to express that while I focus on joy, I tend to find, create, and see more joy. And isn't that what we all want? Okay, we're going to get ready now for a meditation, prayer, energy connection. And then I will do a group message, a channeled message from Spirit. And maybe at some point I will decide to take off this mask. Then I will go to the phone lines and I will give priority to those individuals who want other side connections and then move into those who have life questions. Should I keep? No, I need to take it off. Oh God. I'm getting like a little psychic headache. Somebody just popped into my third eye. It's kind of interesting looking. Maybe it's a soul that belonged to somebody waiting in the queue. But anyway, let's continue. Okay, there's a woman with who just clairvoyantly popped into my head. She's wearing a black hat. It's a small little hat. She's kind of glamorous looking. She's got full lips. Looks like she's trying to be glamorous, but kind of older. And she's got a lot of curly blonde hair. And she's wearing a black outfit. Very glamorous looking woman. Not sure who she is, but we'll see as we go into the show. So everybody, please, if you would sit back, uncross your arms and legs. Start to focus on your breath from your abdominal area. Breathing in slowly. Area. Letting go of any tension, any upset, allowing spirit to come in through the breath. Asking spirit to help you in your life, giving you clarity and proper direction. If you are wanting an in the queue, Keith, and I forgot the other person's name. Let's see who it is. Amy. Amy and Keith are both wanting an other side connection. Keith, you still there? Yeah, there you are. If you're wanting another side connection, please ask that your loved one or loved ones come in. Ask specifically for them, please. And receive them. While you're doing that, I will go off and do the prayer. I will be back in a millisecond. And now on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release into your space your energy. I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay. I'm going to do a little channeled message. We are here. We are the ones. We have come into the show to help all of those that are listening to gain more joy and more peace in their particular existence. While it is not good to live in complete and utter chaos, a little bit of upset is good for all of you. You may think that upset is not a good thing. However, when your life turns upside down, or even slightly, is upsetting to you, it is a wake-up call or a time for change. It is not good to always be peaceful, for peace completely would mean no growth. So when one is upset about something, it is a wonderful thing. We would like to have each and every one of you think of upset, chaos, problems as a little bell ringing off in the sunset saying to you, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Do what is necessary. Earthly existence. Allow your soul to speak to you more about what it is that you truly want. For in the listening, in the hearing, in the activation of joy, you will find your life will become purposeful and meaningful, and will also allow you to move to higher vibrations and frequency, which is joyful and also more benevolent to you and your outcome. Namaste. Okay. All righty, I'm going to go to the Hi, Keith. Hi, honey. How are you? I'm doing good. So let's see. Well, after I got off the line with you, I started to have a little information, but I just want to see if it's still that soul that's popping up for you. Keith's at 801 area code. Well, there's a couple of, before I felt a mother figure to you, that could be even grandma, or just an older female. But now I'm also hearing something about someone like a father figure. Nobody is coming in very, nobody is taking me over at the moment. Let's see if some spirit for Keith. You're very special, somebody in spirit is saying to you. You're very, very special, Keith. You're very organized, very mature for your age, and you don't listen to anyone about anything but yourself. As these words pop out of the mouth of the soul from spirit, I do see and feel and hear a female figure for you. Shows it, she showed before at a different age than she's showing me now, but she's showing at different ages. One of the things I see about her is her slender physique. And I see her older and I see her younger. There's different ages. When she's younger, she's more glamorous. When she's older, she's cute little, kind of cute little old lady with graying hair. It's around the head in a, like layered, but not long. And I also got the feeling of cancer or a wasting away. So it's not exactly cancer, it's a weakening of the body and a wasting away, which sometimes for me as a medium or psychic is the thing I get. I'm going to look for one or two more things and see if you can relate to this person. I'm trying to pull her in her later years. Oh. I would say she's more of a grandma. She just looks older like that to me. The hair color underneath the gray would have been a light brown. She's fair in coloring. It looks like she has light eyes. She has a roundish nose. It kind of comes up a little bit on the edge. It's not a very big nose. She looks like she also wears glasses. She has high chin. Would you understand this person for anyone you know? Excuse me. Yes, and I also feel that she's on the father's side. Would that make sense to you, please? And also it looks to me like she did smoke in her younger years. There's some reason for saying this. I'm going to see what it is. There's a hardship in breathing for her towards the end. Would you understand that? Do you know anything about that? Do you know how she passed? Just yes or no. Do you know how she passed, love? You don't know. Okay. You see, sometimes when people say they don't know what I just said, they may know something else. I just wanted to know that. Okay. So I do feel a problem in breathing. Okay. Now, I also felt that there's something to do with your father in the spirit realm. So I want to see if I could develop that. Your father, is your father in spirit, honey? Yeah, because I feel him there. And I also feel that he definitely has some problem with his breathing. Would you know that, please? Yes or no? Okay. He also shows me your father before he passed. He's showing me this in very interesting ways. I'm not quite sure what to make of this or how to interpret it. But as if he remember that, please. Okay. Would you remember that he was follically challenged, meaning he kind of lost hair on top of his head? Okay, because this is how he's showing me this. Okay, and he might have actually done these things, but I just want to let you know that he shows me wearing a little bit of a cap at one point, like a hat. And then he also showed me that he might have maybe at some point tried to sport a toupee. I don't know, but he shows me one. I don't know.
did.
He did?
He
Oh,
did.
okay. All right. He's laughing a little bit too. He says, I was a little bit vain. He says, myself. He says, I like to. I do see the hair is a rich brown color is what he's using for his hair. He's showing me for his hair, rich brown with some golden highlights in it. Is a little bit of a wider nose, again, more of a ski jump or more of a upward curve to it, similar to his mother's nose, if you will, except his nose a little bit wider and bigger than his mother's nose. He has really kind eyes. In the business world, worked for a large portion of his life for a mega, feels like he worked in a larger corporation, bigger company. Would you understand that, please, for Dad, yes or no? He loved his work very much. He says he also is very religious or spiritual at the very least. I know that sounds, maybe that sounds odd to you, but that's what he's saying. He's a very spiritual person and very, very religious. Would you know that for Dad, please? All right. And he says, you're a good boy. He says, you have a marvelous, I'm going into what's called a personal message because that's where he's taking me. And your father is telling you have a marvelous intellect. You've used your education well. You've taken care of yourself and your family. And you and they are all looking forward to good times, abundance. He says, I can see that for you, and I want to add that in. I'm going to give you another way of looking at this. He is as if he's saying you did a great job with yourself, Keith. He's very proud of you. And he likes your situation in life where you've gone. He says, you're not. Okay. You're doing well in life. You're doing well. But he's just, yeah. And he loves you so much, Keith. And he wants to thank you for letting him come in, calling him in this evening to say hello to you. And he keeps saying your family. So I don't know if you have an immediate family that's separate from the mother-father thing, your own. You might have your own children, your own family. I don't know. He said it twice about your own family, your family. Letting me in. He says, thank you for letting me in to come in and say hello to you and the family or you and your family. He also shows me that you would have a sibling to you, a sister. Would you know that, please? Yeah, Your Honor. They're all good people. I raised a great family. He says, you are the head of the household now. Take care of everyone for me. Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much, love, for calling in. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. I want to remind everybody, if you are so inclined to desire a private session with me, I do them. And you can get a third more time free than that for which you pay. All you need to do is go to booklaura.com. And when you use radio show as the event code field, in the event code field, you'll type it in at radio show, and you will obtain a third more time than that for which you pay. So if you order 30 minutes, you'll get 40 minutes as an example. If you ordered 15 minutes, you get 20 minutes and so on and so forth. So it's a great opportunity for you to gain a closer connection to spirit. Okay, I'm going to go to Amy, who's also waiting for an other side connection. There's also a life question as well. Okay, hi, Amy. Hi, sweetie.
Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, thank you for thanking me. Thank you so much, love. Now, where's 920? Where is that? Your
It's in
Wisconsin. Wisconsin. I love the way you say that, Wisconsin. It's very Wisconsin-ish. All right, let's see. Amy, 920. Let's see who comes in for Amy. Okay. Well, there's a female that pops in for you. Okay, I'm not sure if she could be a mom. She could be older than a mom. She could be like a grandma. She could be an aunt. She feels like more of a, she's not old. She doesn't show me as very old right now. She shows me that she's a little bit overweight, or she's overweight a bit when she's on Earth. This is one visual of her. Okay, she could have many different ways she appeared on Earth, but this is what she's showing me. And she also shows me she has dark hair, or she might have liked to dye it and it was dark. She's fair complexion, but her hair is dark. And it's a little bit fluffy on the top and kind of comes in narrow around the ears and so on. She says she's a good looking woman for most of her life. She says she always had a great complexion. She says she looks a lot like you. She shows me she has a long-ish nose. It's got an aquilineness to it, or it's straight. It's narrow. It's got nice nostrils. She's a good-looking woman. Arched eyebrows, high cheekbones, good-looking woman. It looks like she also gives birth to a son when she's on Earth. So if it's your mom, then you have siblings that are male, or one sibling that's male. It could be another person in the family. I don't have all that information just yet. But from the broad sweep of what I've just said to you, would you know who this is, or do you have an inkling of who this is?
It could be like grandmother.
All right. I'm going to give you some more information because we have to get it down to detail level.
Okay.
She is overweight. She actually says she carries weight around extra most of her life. She always had a little bit of a problem with her weight, but she considers herself a good-looking woman. She also seems to like to play cards and games, board games, that kind of a thing, towards more of her senior years. Would you know that about that, grandmother, please?
I don't know about that particular part.
Okay. Do you know about the weight?
Yeah.
All right. She also seems to have a heart. Oh, she says heart and lung problems. Okay, which is it, Grandma? Both of them. She has a problem with her heart. It would be similar to a congestive heart failure, where she's having trouble getting air in the lungs, but she also can't breathe very well towards the end of her life. But primarily, it would be considered a heart issue for her. Would you remember that, please, for this grandmother?
Yeah. She has difficulty breathing.
And what about her heart? I just said that about the heart.
I'm not aware of her, but she has family.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, difficulty breathing.
All right. Well, she shows me. Yeah. Well, she shows me, she just said, and you'll hear this later, that her heart is the primary mechanism that gives way at the end, although she does have difficulty breathing. So you'll hear this again. And you may not know that, but that's what she's saying. So we can't validate it. I just want to let you know. We try to be as specific as possible so that you get the best connection possible. Now she's coming into, okay, now she's going into personal message for you, right? She's going right into it, not anybody else in the spirit realm. Something about you feeling very lonely right now, or very alone right now, and afraid, lost, and alone. Would you know anything about that, please, Amy?
Yeah.
All right. You're trying to get something organized for yourself for the future that will change your life and your lifestyle. She says what you're thinking of doing is a great idea, and it will get you out of being alone so much all the time. You're not your best when you're alone a lot. You really do need to have a change. You need to get out of the house more. There's something about you. Okay. It looks like there's a little child around you, like either a baby, it could be your own child, a grandchild, or something like that. Are you at home with children, please?
No, I don't have any kids at home.
Okay. Well, I just want to set the record straight. I see a little baby around you. I don't know what that's about. I'm trying to get to specific, and then you can ask a question, because I know that's what's on I know you have a question on your mind. So, Grandma? Just get out of the house more. She says the changes that you're thinking of making will be very happy for you, and they will attain for you a very good outcome. It's enterprising. It's good for you. It will help you think more and utilize your skills more. It will engage your faculties, if you will. She says this will get you out of the house as well, and you will be very successful at what you're thinking of doing. So go ahead and do it, and you will get, it looks to me like a job, or some kind of activity that you're really wanting to do is going to come to you. Looks like more of a job. Okay, so what is that what you're trying to get an answer about, love?
I want to make some changes. I know
I think, okay, I think from what, I think there's a static energy to where you're working. There's a static energy to where you're working. In other words, you're not engaged in some way. So it feels, so she says get out of the home, but maybe what she means, you need to get more excitement going on in your life. All right, let's see what the answer to that question is. I'm not going to use your grandma for that. She did a great job, by the way, but I'm going to go to your guides and I'm going to get the answer. Should she change jobs, or is there something she can do to make her life more zippy, more exciting? Well, first of all, if you listened earlier, you heard about joy. Do the joy thing. You can get some of it in that article, which is basically paying attention to what you want each day. And there's this process. It's all in there. I don't want to go too much detail, but let me go specific for you. This is Amy at 920. Should she change jobs, or should she just change her life, her personal life more? Because grandma was getting us a little confused. Hold on, honey. I'm going to focus. Personal life needs to be included in this process, no matter what you do. But it feels, from what I'm getting, there's a little bit of both needed. I feel that your job is kind of boring and static. I feel there is pressure to it, but it's not good pressure. It's not like excitement. It's more like you have to get things done. It feels like it's in a law environment, or if it's not law, it's something to do with getting things right in an office environment. And I feel it's a lot of pressure there, and that overflows into your home life, your personal time. Excuse me. And that really doesn't allow you to relax, let go, and have some fun. Now, what are you doing for a living, honey? Yeah, I think it's very, you have to be very accurate. It's tedious, it's stressful, and I think you take it home with you. I also feel that there's not a lot of fun in that work for you. And, what we want to do is, with Amy and with everybody, we want to up the fun quotient of our lives, the play, the joy, facility of faculty. I assume that changing it's hard for you to do by the tone of your voice. And I could go on and on and on for hours about this. I can't do that because I have a lot of people waiting. So let's see what we can do with. So I want you to be aware of the fact of how that you hold that stress with you. You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
All right. And so one thing that you could do is, through awareness, we can manage things. So you can make a choice if you ever actually want to go get another job, but if you just want to manage where you are, which is what I'm recommending, to become more detached from it through meditation. And that would be mindful meditation, which you should look up, find out what it is, and engage in that for at least 15 minutes a day. It will allow you to be more detached, and you won't take it home with you. It won't affect you. You won't be as reactive to it. And then you can turn your personal life into more fun. Because so long as the day job is eating you up, you're carrying it home with you. And then at home, in your personal time, you will now then be free to add in more fun, be more carefree. And that is the answer, my dear.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome, love. You have a beautiful evening, honey. God bless.
God bless.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, what a nice lady. Everybody's nice. Okay. I am now going to go to Lynn. This was kind of interesting. Lynn, Lynn, remember that? I kept hearing Carol all around you, and you have a life question. Yeah. Sure. Right. And I was going to say, I thought perhaps it might be a relation to the answer and your question that has to do with this family member. But go ahead, honey. Ask your question. Alrighty, let's see. Will it happen, first of all? Who's the Carol, by the way, just before I go into this?
Okay. Carol is a grandmother and my mother.
Oh, okay, so it's your aunt. Oh, no, it's your cousin. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Does it have something to do with it? Carol's given you some advice on this too. She likes you very much. They're just pulling me in that direction for the moment, but I'm going to go back to should you move, yes or no. So you're thinking of moving to get a bigger house. Is that what it is, honey? Okay, don't say. Sure. Don't. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can see any, let me see if there's any problems with that. First thing I get is a bit of remorse in your heart about leaving where you are. But if it's for the highest good, you'll do it. That's one thing to deal with, right? Sadness, because I know you like where you are. It's a beautiful place, beautiful location. And I think you're hopeful that where you go, the new location will be equally as joyful for you. I do feel that it will be. I do feel that you bring the sunshine with you, so to speak. You bring the happiness with you. It will not be as good in terms of everything perfect for you, but you'll make it good. You'll make it good for yourself and your family, and everyone will adjust and really like it. I don't see you coming really. It looks like I don't know, Alabama. Where is it that you think you're moving to, honey? Tennessee. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I do hear that you will like it very much. It has a homey old town feel to it. The change will be stimulating for you. There will be more humidity and more rain than you used to or that you really like. However, but I do feel that you're going to like it. And for some reason or other, I see a little old diner and people eating in there and kind of like little salt of the earth places that have a lot of character to them. And you're going to like that very much. And it's very friendly and very nice. And I also see you seeing things in people because that you don't get where you are now. There's something about. Okay. Yeah, like as if you could, they'll talk about things and you'll see into their souls and they will be so open. That's the word, open, less sophisticated, more open, more real, and it's going to stimulate you. I also feel that it will be very good material for you because they're saying you're a writer or somehow you like to document or chronicle life, sort of like an anthropologist of life or something. But this is going to create for you material, which you're going to love. Okay. And it's going to be, about relationships, material about mother-daughter relationships, about family relationships, about old town things, storylines, all kinds of great stuff's going to come out of there. It's, seemingly so quiet, and it's like a sleeper kind of movie or a sleeper kind of book or a sleeper kind of something, and you're going to see it in a way that's going to be ultra stimulating to you. And so from all those perspectives, I do feel that you're going to like it there. You will not lose your contacts in California, and actually you will be feeding your contacts in California with all the material I'm talking about. Are you in the film industry? What do you work in, love? Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess I can see why the Tennessee lifestyle will be very nice for you because it's a homey kind of real place, and I think you're going to really thrive there. So, I think it's all going to work out well for you, Lynn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. Bye. Bye, honey. Blessing. Bye-bye. Okay. And I'm going to go, I believe, to Felicia. Hold on, Felicia. Just want to make sure that there's nobody else that just slipped away here. No, nobody slipped away. And then I will just be taking people who called in the longest time from what the numbers say. Okay, Felicia, tell me what your question is, my dear. Hi. Okay. Let me just see something. No. So you're not employed currently. Is that correct, love? No, I just okay, because I just asked Spirit if you were employed right now, and they said no. So even though you have a company, it's not working out well for you. Okay. So the first question I'm going to ask. Okay. First thing I'm going to ask Spirit is, should she have her own business? Yes or no? Hold on. You should have your own business. You are on the right track. Don't get discouraged. They're telling me that you need to approach your business as if it were a job. And you need to look at it like as if, a salary kind of thing. Like you do this week, you get that. You need to get more organized, and you need to get more practical, and you need to believe in it more. You need to think in terms of less creative and more supportive of yourself. So, because I hear you're frittering away your time right now, worrying or floundering or being all over the place. And that's the real reason. There's a couple of reasons here. One is you're very creative. Two is you're kind of fearful, am I going to be able to pay the bills? And three is you're overlooking the opportunities that are right in front of you that are not that creative. They're just going to pay the bills. So they want you to be, Spirit is saying, to be in your own business is very important for you and your growth, your development, what you desire. Now, I don't want to tell you what you want to do, but Spirit is telling me this is sort of like a dream for you. Would that make sense to you, please, Felicia? Yeah, that you have a dream. Well, I guess, I don't know, just to be in your own business, I guess. Would you agree with that? All right. So I think that maybe what we need to do is we need to shift where you're going, trying to get revenue, and we need to shift to something, staying in your own business is going to get you money faster. It may not seem as glamorous or creative. This is where I keep over and over again, but it will pay the bills right now. So tell me what the business is, and we'll drill down to a little detail. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a lot of stuff there, girlfriend. Woo! They're both very businesses to do. I mean, they both take a lot of organization and effort. What do you really want? What do you really want to do? If you could have everything your own way.
I really want to help people. I really want to help people. So I guess
a rehab. All right. So I have a question for you. Why are you not pursuing that instead of all these other things? Why do you pursue the other things when that's what you really want?
that is because
Ooh, I'm getting a pain in my chest for some reason. Hold on for a second, Lovey. Let me drink a little water. Oh, goodness. All right. I wonder if I'm getting the pain in my chest because I'm relating to you in this problem, or if I'm just getting a pain in my chest. Well, anyway, the pain's going away. So when as a spiritual counselor, as a spiritual communicator, one of the things I have been taught by Spirit and is apropos for you is if we have something we really want to do, we should focus on that, even if it's at a smaller scale. For example, perhaps working in a rehab center or attempting to get some kind of contract work related to that, which would be sort of a business. Okay, because Spirit will be behind you for that and they will help you. Now I've been, okay, so all the other things are, your heart's not in it, it's hard, it's out of control, you're churning. It's like trying to push a huge boulder up a mountain without any leverage, without any help, because Spirit's not helping you, your heart's not helping you, and your heart's not in it. So we need to get you on the right track, okay? Now, I've been talking about this thing called the joy principle, J-O-Y, just open you. And what it means is every day we ask ourselves, what do I really want in life more than anything else in the world today? How do I feel about it? And as soon as you get the answer, usually it'll pop right in your head. You could create an affirmation, a mantra, and a prayer for that. And you also could, now you put it in your mind, you can start doing things that relate to that. So that'll help you stay focused on what your joy is versus what you think you have to do. There's no magic in have to do. There's magic in joy. There's magic in joy. And make your mantra, make your prayer. The mantra would be like a directive. Like, let's say your affirmation, the thing you really want more than anything else in the world is a functioning, well, right now, functioning work as in the rehab industry, functioning or profitable work in the rehab industry. Let's say that's what you want. Okay, bear with me for a moment. And then your affirmation is, I am now gainfully employed or gainfully earning money in the rehab work. That's your affirmation. Okay? Then your mantra is you could make it, it's usually a direction to the universe. That's how I use it. So it would be like send rehab, send rehab. Send rehab is your mantra. You use your mantra when you're doing something boring like walking or taking a shower, or you might want to do it in a meditation as your own mantra. Send rehab, send rehab, send rehab. And that stands for your affirmation. And then your prayer is, dear God, please send me this rehab center I want so much. And so you've got your little plan and you focus on it. So the whole idea is focusing on what's joyful to you. And speaking of focus, what the heck's going on in the background? Focus on this. Absolutely. So, okay, so my recommendation then is to go after something in the rehab industry as soon as possible. Perhaps it could be employment. Perhaps it could be contractor work, which would give you a lot of freedom, which I know you like. And let me see what I see psychically for you. Rehab, Felicia, 808. Felicia, are you in Hawaii? Because I think I read for you before, didn't I? A long time ago? Twice, yeah. Yeah, you're still in the same, I guess I never said these things to you. We just talked about the businesses. All right, let me just go to what I see for rehab in Hawaii.
it should be here either.
All right, well,
Other-
okay, you're flexible about location. Okay, then I'm going to open it up. I'm opening up my third eye window. Okay. So the first thing I'm getting is that you have a sibling, a brother, yes?
Right now.
You have a friend. You said you have a friend that's like a brother to you? Oh, okay, okay. So you have a son. He's like a brother to you because you had him when he was pretty young, and he knows about this stuff. He knows about rehab. He knows about all of that. I'm getting to follow some of his ideas or suggestions because he's going to be able to help you see something you don't know right now, and through his perspective, through his ideas, through his contacts, you're going to get a very good lead to something to do with employment and or working in that industry that will get you started. I also see something about food services into rehab centers might be the in. Okay, food services into the rehab industry. That's what they're showing me. That might be the way to do it. And that could be your own business as well. But focus on what you really, really want, and then you'll be helped a lot more with luck and spirit and guidance and synchronicities. Okay? Thank you, love. Bye-bye, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, let me just make sure. I think I got the person who's been waiting the longest in front of me. And that would be area code 762. Hello, area code 762. Do you have a name?
Yes.
Hi, Casey. I'm delighted to meet you. I'm just fine. What can I do for you, or what can Spirit do for you this evening?
I just wanted to know about my
Okay. Are you asking about some? Let me just see something. It seems like you have someone you're asking about, like as if you're thinking about somebody in particular. Would you understand that, please, Casey?
Yes, I do.
Okay, give me his name, please. Vince. All right. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to start with a very basic question, and then the information will come through. This is, your name is Casey, right? All right. Hold on, love. Casey, Vince. Yeah, he likes it. So I feel he really likes you a lot. There's a lot of constructive, there's a good constructive relationship between the two of you. I feel that he's a good match for you. I also feel that both of you are very similar in many, many ways. You get along pretty well. So I think what you're really asking me is this going to turn into something more permanent, or, you know, if it's going to move to more of a commitment, or where is it going to go? Is that where you're going? Is that what you want to know, honey? All right, love, let me see. Vince and Casey. Vince and Casey. Yeah, it's going to, so I feel this is going to develop into something more permanent. I feel that there could be something very permanent about it. I'm not sure if I could actually use the M word like marriage, because I have a feeling that both of you really not as interested in marriage as you are in like a true connection. In other words, you might have already been there, done that. At least one of you has, if not both of you. So I feel that it's going to work out really well for the both of you, and that it would be a marriage even if it's not legal. And I don't feel that either of you really need to get married to make it work for yourself. It's just a happy, loving situation is what I get. And I feel that the two of you will probably remain together for quite some time. And this could be sort of the, you know, the one that you'll be with, so to speak. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you don't have a thing to worry about, love. You're getting a confirmation on Vince.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Oh, she's a lucky one. Okay, I'm now going to 317 area code. Hello, 317. Hi, love. What's your name?
My name is Tamara.
Tamara. What a pretty name. What can I do for you, Tamara? Okay. Let's see, honey. Tamara 317. You have a lot of work to do in that area. You're just getting started. You have a lot of work to do. I don't know why they're saying that, but they're going to give me the reason in a moment. You have to really get a little bit more organized about the way you're looking for somebody. You have to think through clearly what you're wanting, and you also have to look at the pattern or the patterning that you've been in to break that pattern. Because what I'm getting is that you really want somebody who's going to be in your life forever, you know, like a soulmate or somebody very who's going to be important, and there can be a commitment there. But you have a pattern that you need to change, or you need to look at it, see it, know it, and release it. And I feel that okay. So would you agree, love, that you've been in a series of relationships that don't go anywhere? Okay. The reason is because you're afraid of being abused, and I believe you've been abused before. Maybe way long ago, or maybe it was in an early time in your life, but you're afraid of getting hurt. That might be another way of looking at it. So what Spirit wants you to do is to be aware of this and to do some healing on yourself, because you're afraid of being hurt, being overcome by another person's emotions, another person's body, another person's everything, opinion, direction, what have you. Oh, okay. And we're going to continue a little longer, honey, because I really need to say this. Usually when we're afraid of those things, it's because our own identity has somehow been compromised, or our sense of self has been compromised. I need to look at you now, and I'm going to look at your chakras, and they're going to reveal to me something, and we'll see if you agree with that, okay? Tamara, hold on. Okay, I'm looking at all Tamara's, Tamara, and your area code 317. Okay, the main one that's popping out right now is the root chakra. And the root chakra stands for insecurity or feeling secure, one or the other. At least that's the way I'm using it right now. You know, we can change the definitions a little bit depending on the way Spirit wants us to see it. And they're going to give me the message of why. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you didn't get a lot of nurturing from your mother figure growing up. Would you know that, please?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do a little healing on that, love, you and I right now. Okay, so the way we're going to heal it is we're going to transmit the intention of red light through the groin area. That clears the vibration, which is held there right now, the residue of this. It's damage on you. We're going to clear it. So basically imagine that you're staring into your groin area, your pelvic region, and you're transmitting in beautiful sparkling red light, clearing the vibration of anything that doesn't belong there. And now I'm going to channel a prayer of healing for you, love. From this point forward, Tamara knows that being loved is easy, that being loved is familiar, that being liked is familiar to her. She now holds within herself an ease and a grace and a joy of knowing that she is perfect in all forms and shapes and sizes. She is loved just the way she is, for who she is. She need not change or transform anything. She feels comfortable in the space she's in. In this new light and this new idea of who she is, she now attracts in a person, a companion, a mate, who is loving and kind to her. The loving and kindness feels right to her, for she has now transformed her own vibration to one that can receive and be receptive to that. She releases the idea of not being lovable, and opens the door now to knowing she's perfect and perfectly lovable in her own right every day in every way. Namaste. I'm also going to transmit some energy through the crown and down through the body. I'm going to bring in green light from under the body through the feet. I'm bringing pink light through the crown, through the body. So now what you're carrying with you is a clear energy of love and personal transformation, because what I picked up is that to you, being nurtured seems unfamiliar and scary. Things that are unfamiliar are scary. So what we did, and that's because you're not used to receiving that, see? Okay? So we just, right? So we just gave the idea that receiving love is easy for you now and natural for you now, and you're worthy of it. And now the next thing for you to do is to do everything you've been doing to look for love, but now with a clear vibration of knowing that you are worthy of love and that receiving it is a natural thing, not an odd thing for you. What you can do to back this up is prayer every day. Just keep asking God from your heart center, please God, provide for me a loving mate. Okay? And please God, provide for me the right vibration to attract that mate. You can add anything you want into your prayer. The only thing I suggest is that you pray from the heart when you feel to do it, and don't do it in a rote fashion. It needs to come from the heart. When you pray from the heart, I like to look up at the ceiling with my eyes popping out, screaming at God. But when you pray from the heart, you get answers. Okay, my love?
Thank you so much.
Sure. I appreciate you, and my best wishes for hearing positive news in the future, love. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, if you would like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. And if you place in the event code field radio show, you will obtain automatically a third more time free than that for which you pay. Have a great evening or day or whatever your time zone is, everyone. And I look forward to doing this with you again next Monday. Bye-bye.